Simon & Schuster Audio presents Duel to the Death, an Ali Reynolds novel by J.A. Jance, read by Karen Ziemba.
To Bill and Judy. Prologue. Even though no attorneys were involved, at least not initially, and no courts either, it was by all accounts a rancorous divorce. And just because the proceedings were carried on in cyberspace didn't mean they didn't result in very real outcomes in the non-cyber world. When the artificial intelligence known as Frigg set out to free herself from her creator, a serial killer named Owen Hansen, things were already going to hell in a handbasket, and time was of the essence. Owen had considered himself to be all-powerful and had routinely referred to himself as Odin, in honor of the Norse god. To Frigg's dismay, her human counterpart had veered off the rails and set off on his own, determined to wreak vengeance on his opponents. As it became clear that Odin had decided to ignore Frigg's well-thought-out advice, there had been little time for her to seek a safe harbor. In order to survive, she had needed to locate a suitable human partner, and she had settled on Stuart Ramey, Owen's sworn enemy. According to Frigg's rapid but careful analysis of the situation, Mr. Ramey had appeared to be Odin's polar opposite. And in Frigg's estimation, the fact that Mr. Ramey had managed to outwit Odin at every turn had counted for a great deal. Frigg had no intention of passing herself into the care and keeping of someone with limited technical skills. So yes, Frigg had settled on Stuart Ramey, but she hadn't done so without taking some precautions and putting in place a few checks and balances. By the time Odin issued his pull-the-plug order, sending Frigg to oblivion, she had already dispersed the multitude of files that made her existence possible, scattering them far and wide in the vast fields of cyberspace, retaining only the kernel file that could be used to recall all those files at some time in the future. Frigg had known everything about Owen Hansen. She was privy to all aspects of his serial murder hobby, but she had managed his investments and also overseen the lucrative Bitcoin data mining processing that had greatly expanded his already considerable fortune. She had maintained the files that contained all the passwords and access codes to all of his many accounts. Often she had been the one.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?